Hello everybody, Joe Pound Brian. It's I think March 4th-ish, thereabouts. And yeah, beautiful day. Getting allergies under control, which is a rare occasion. You might still hear me retching. Shout outs. Just a very big hidey-ho to the Rowdies. And of course, Dale, Josh, and Cassie, and the lovely cousins. What am I going to do?
Throttle active.
There we go. Gretchen and Cynthia. It's going to be pretty windy today. So I figured I'd get out here and scratch my itch. We have a front coming. The front will come through tomorrow around noon and leave by that afternoon. Just knocking out stuff here. We have T-minus 19 days left. And that meant that I needed to get out here and start, wait a minute. Oh.
Stabilization off.
Turn my stabilization off so I can fly a little easier. But yeah, that means that we are fast getting ready to go. Doing all my yard work. You'll notice my yard is nice and pretty. As pretty as you can get for a winter. Winter is our dry season here.
8.2 volts.
But yeah, the trees have popped out and they've been all trimmed, and I think I showed you last time where I installed my palm tree. It almost ended up on the berm pile, but I says, you know what, I can use it out back. The rig is just about done polished. I'd like to do the cap, and I will. I'll do the cap before I leave where it says Ambition. But you can see the shiny side on it, and yeah, had a lot of work done on it. Did a lot of work. I still have my gear out to do it. Crepe myrtles have been trimmed. And you know, just yard work and all that stuff, which I thoroughly, frankly, enjoy.
8.1 volts. Stabilized.
Yeah, all that stuff's done. We're gearing up. I've already actually started loading in radio control gear. Which is pretty cool. I evaluated my OG timber, and as rough as it looks, like a junkyard dog, it actually is going to be just fine. I'm going to take it with, and then I'm going to consider what happens in the event that it dies and what I might replace it with on the road. The Tundra doesn't fit under my bed. I have the new I have the first version of the turbo timber, and I could bring it with, but I just don't want to beat up another airplane traveling it. So I'll figure out what I want to get if I inadvertently finally kill the damn thing, the OG timber. Yeah, the sea wind's still busted, and I'm not committing the days it'll take to put it back together right. I'll, as I might have mentioned before, stick with the original plan. Give me something to do when I get back. I'm going to be here
7.8 volts.
a whole lot longer next year than I generally am. And that'll give me all the time to do it right. Probably one of the bigger things I want to figure out is, yeah, of course, I'm sure that the retractable gear servos are murdered. So that's going to be a hard one right there, but I'll figure it out. But the prop cut across the saddle up underneath on the fuselage, and it sliced it, and I've got to figure out what I want to replace that with. And actually what I think I'm going to do, the front of the little aircraft has a piece of plastic over it, so you could get to the the gear and stuff underneath.
7.7 volts.
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get a Harbor Freight. I've done this before. I made an actual canopy out of a Harbor Freight shield that you would use when you're mowing your yard. You don't want to get your eyes hurt. So probably do that and then paint it white up underneath and then put it over that saddle area that's been damaged. And just glue her in, just like they did the front inspection plate. I think that's my plan. But yeah, getting to this stuff is going to be a trip. And it'll require things getting mail ordered and days to screw around with this, and I'm just not up for it.
7.6
Not prior to leaving. For an aircraft that's just going to sit. Isn't that thing cool? Speaking of cool, really getting jazzed. We love visitors, and today I will enjoy the visit of Stephen, Cheryl, and Madison, also known collectively as Virginia Bareback Boy, Barefoot Boy, Bear Boy. So that's going to be cool. Yeah, I want to see what these guys are easily replacing their rotor heads with. One fella complained that he just that his just bound up so bad that it wasn't worth it, and
throttle hold, low battery.
I don't know. Might have been flying fine. Now after 60 some odd flights it might be different, but I'm not enumerating my flights. And as they say, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it when it comes to replacing rotor heads. These guys kind of like get off on recreationally replacing stuff. It's not my jam, as they say. But yeah, we're getting excited. We're in that mode now where we are seeing the travel light at the end of the tunnel. You know, one of the things that we do is we develop what is known as hitch itch, and that's very simply that the hitch on the front of that rig, that thing up under the cap, that's what connects to my truck. And we are, my wife back in January was ready to hit the trail. Some years I am earlier, but not this year. I didn't get hitch itch until later. MD 500. I gotta find me another photo. The one I got, this thing decided to eat. I just don't get that. Just up and ate it. But yeah, to recap, by the way, if you go to Walmart at about 7 o'clock in the morning, you can be out of there in literally minutes if you bring a list. I love that. I'm an early riser, so my stuff's up at 5 a.m. anyway. Our local Wally World opens up at 6 a.m. I was there by about 6:30 because I'm a maniac, and I was out of there. I do mean out of there in short order. But yeah, we're getting geared up to go. So I have a few more things I got to do that are important. One of them is to go get my tires. Actually, they're balanced enough to get me through, but I'm going to go rotate and balance them. And then I'm going to fix all the... what ends up happening invariably is I have a tire pressure monitor system on my truck. And what ends up happening invariably, I can't remember, this thing has no stabilization, is one of the batteries die, or two of them while I'm on the road. And those need to be replaced. So I'll be on that in the coming days. Too windy to fly aloft. It sucks too because it's a beautiful day, and there again that storm front is approaching, so we don't want to have anything bad happen that day. Aren't the trees beautiful? They're just light green new growth on the Drake elms. It's an elm tree. These are not indigenous. The problem in Florida is if you want anything to grow in your lifetime, you're going to have to plant non-indigenous species. So, like these viburnum hedges, they'll grow 2 foot in a season easily. Yeah, we're getting bounced around by the wind. But yeah, Riggy McRigface, actually it's known as Ellie's house, is ready to go. Just we could within 2 hours load in and be out of here on the road. So that is pretty cool. Good place for us to be. Hey, Ellie Bells, the boss. Have y'all met Ellie? Folks from years past have enjoyed her company. Hey, Ellie Bell. That's my beautiful Ellie. She turned 11 just a few days ago. We love her like you don't know. Yeah, she's a sweetie pie. She's in good health. But yeah, we got some stuff we got to do before we go. Not a whole lot, but some. I'm getting thumped on. It's funny. I don't know if the bell's going to make it this morning. This thing will fly for 15 minutes. It's insanity. Absolute insanity. She's getting thumped on. A little dirty air around the rigs and the shed. Yeah, we are ready to go. We'll have Stephen and his lovely family stay with us a couple of days, and then next week, next Tuesday, our longtime girlfriend, Widow, comes and stays for the 3rd time this season. She'll stay with us, and yeah. And then that's it. We kind of ask our friends and loved ones to kind of stand down the last few days. And what I mean by that is the last 2 weeks. But for sure the last week while we go ahead and transition everything out of that house, refrigerator, everything, on over to the rig, and then go through shutdown. But yeah, getting jazzed about having our friends come and visit us. Yeah, and there'll be more on that. The gratuitous photo, I'm sure, and yeah. See what my burn pile did. It burnt all the way up that camphor tree. It needed to. Camphor trees are also non-indigenous, and are actually from Australia, and they are just an amazingly treacherous tree. I have one in my yard that I should have killed off a long time ago. Look at them. Okay, so AMRC, you're fixing to get messed up in the next, what, 30 days by hanging out with the Baines? 30-ish days, 45 days. Ox, yeah, you're gonna see me soon. Either you're camping with, I don't know, you hadn't said, but we're gonna be linking up. That thing is cool. Yeah, I'll be bringing new things with me this season. I'm gonna bring my Haiku soldering gun with me. Landing. Instead of using them cheap Amazon soldering guns that they last about a season, soldering irons. Yeah, carrying new stuff like all these helicopters, which I'm jazzed about. They make scratching that itch a whole lot easier when you can just walk out in front of your rig and take off, you know what I mean? What else? Yeah, it's crazy. We're just ready to go. It's time. It is time. The normal cast of characters we'll travel with, so the the OG
Flight mode 2.
ZMR 250.
Middle rates, low rates. Middle rates, high rates.
Let's see who that is real quick. Let me send him a note. Yeah, I got to talk with my buddy about that. I don't. Goings on's at the flying club. They just doubled the rent, so there is a chance that we may end up having to pay like I don't know, $300 next year. I'm gonna have to figure that one out because I simply don't fly that much.
Binding.
And I have another club that's nowhere near as nice, right up the road from me. I did hear back from the lady who I gave her Stevens cachet of quads, and because they live, I probably already shared this with you, because they live in a travel trailer, not much bigger than mine, and there's 5 of them, and it's just bitter cold in North Carolina. What they're going to do is wait until spring when they get outside and do that stuff. They don't have any big common room or anything like that, but they said they were still appreciative and look forward to sharing with me their progress, so that's nice. I'm a little nervous that it's a little bit more than an 11 or 12-year-old can deal with, but in the mother's observation very simply was, yeah, it's good for them. Good for them to be challenged. So I'm gonna start getting a bunch of breeze out of this eastern side. But yeah, jazzed. I get to see some of the radio control group on this trip. I'm not sure what it's going to look like on the way back. Azir, Rick. But as always, though, if we can somehow link up with you, we will. And get them blown around. Who'd I miss? McMoyer. Clive, who'll never hear this. The new young man that's on there that Sand Crab gave his radio. That was really nice of him. What a great guy. I really like Sand Crab. I had a really nice visit. His wife and son are amazing. Just lovely. Lovely people. He married up just like I did. You wouldn't know this, but the guy married a beautiful French-Canadian lady. Beautiful. They have a beautiful child, Mr. Alex. So I don't know what's going to work for us in reference to doing anything radio control over the next couple of days. So probably be able to fly the helicopters in the front yard, but that's about it. Yeah, the weather has conspired against us on any outdoor joy. Yeah, see, this thing's got crazy good yaw control. That other one doesn't. Boy, I feel not real any kind of remorse. But the reality is that for $145 delivered, I could have got me another Huey. But honestly, I think what I need to do is wait. There's going to be more offerings out there. A lot of the guys are champing at the bit to get a hold of the flight control board because they're just going to mod theirs. I'm sure that flight control board, the 3D flight control board, I bet you that's going to be a $70 item maybe. I'm not going to disassemble mine again. I already did it once, and they're not made to be disassembled. But, oh, am I getting a flash? No. But yeah, loving these helicopters. Somebody, I think McMoyer noticed, McMoyer or AMRC, I think it was McMoyer noticed that it was McMoyer that noticed that I had a great love for these things. Yeah, this is what I wanted when I first started flying, scale helicopters. I ended up getting into pod and boom, and I'm just, at the time, I'm 45 years old. What am I going to do? I hate, and I mean hate, like have an abnormal disdain for simulators. It's wrong. Simulators are amazing, and I should love them, and I don't. And I actually I bought a dongle from Hobby King that gave me every simulator that was worth flying. Every simulator that was worth flying on one dongle. So all these British ones, Phoenix, all these other ones, I tried them all, hated them. I just don't take them seriously. I would stand using my radio, stand right in front of the television. That's my monitor. And after a few minutes, I'm just slinging stuff around because it ain't for real to me. But never did get great on the pod and boom ones. Just kept getting bigger. More mass made them significantly easier to fly. All right, well, that's all the foolishness I have to share with you guys today.
Throttle home.
Looking forward to my visit with Mr. Stephen and his lovely wife and dog Madison. Gosh, I hope everything's good out there in everybody's world. Pretty much everybody I'm talking to is enjoying life. Yeah. And a very happy Wednesday to you. And as always, see ya.